The 1980 horror film Friday the 13th was one of the movies that kickstarted the slasher movie boom of the 1980s and is considered a horror classic. Me personally, I think the film is a bit overrated, and while it does have a bit of a punch to it the first time you see it, after repeated viewings it just loses its charm. Now, a summer camp slasher film I never get tired of watching that still manages to instill some fear in me and create a big sense of suspense is 1981's The Burning. The Burning is about a summer camp caretaker named Cropsy who, after being set on fire from head to toe and receiving third-degree burns all over his body, heads out to the campgrounds once again and starts killing off innocent teen and not-so-innocent teen. His massacre of revenge, all leading to a particular camp counselor, who we find out is actually one of the kids responsible for the prank that ruined his life. The Burning is so fucking gripping and suspenseful, it'll have you grabbing at yourself like this, just holding your legs tight to your body and being like, oh my god, what the hell's gonna happen? Even to this day, I still get so pumped watching this movie. And the gore effects are done by none other than legendary gore master Tom Savini, who creates some of his best work here. The opening scene to The Burning is fantastic. It's established that Cropsy is a bit abusive towards the campers, but still, what happens to him is so horrible that throughout the rest of the film, I'm not sure if you'll have sympathy for the character, but after the opening scene, it's pretty easy to understand why he would become so psychotic and why he would kill all these kids. The scares are great, the makeup is amazing, and the music scoring is incredible. And we get some early appearances by people who would go on to be big for their time, most notably Holly Hunter, and also Jason Alexander and Fisher Stevens. And while the summer camp was always a good place to set a slasher film, there was also the ever-popular college campus, college dorm setting. Which brings us to our next slasher film, Pieces from 1982. While not as well known as other college-set horror films like The House on Sorority Row or the pre-slasher era horror film Black Christmas, Pieces has become a pretty big cult classic among slasher movie fans and exploitation fans and enjoyably bad movie fans, and it fits perfectly into all those categories. The movie is a wonderfully enjoyable yet ridiculous semi-foreign film about a killer on a college campus murdering women with a chainsaw, cutting up their bodies, and then taking their body parts together to create the perfect woman. The killer's motivations inspired by an X-rated jigsaw puzzle he owned as a kid of a nude woman. So in a way, he's creating a human jigsaw puzzle. This movie was directed by Spanish filmmaker Juan Picur Simon. And while it's not an Italian exploitation film, it has all the craziness that I have come to expect from Italian exploitation cinema, and it's just as over-the-top and balls-to-the-walls insane and funny. Now obviously this movie's not for everybody, but if you're an exploitation fan, you will have a fucking blast watching this film! You get tons and tons of blood, lots of TNA, bad dubbing, random scenes that are pretty bizarre, don't really connect to anything, a completely out of nowhere twist shock ending that makes absolutely no fucking sense and is more retarded than trying to watch a Democrat and a Republican try and make each other see eye to eye. I recommend The Burning, which is a very well made, actually scary and suspenseful summer camp slasher film. And I also recommend Pieces, an extremely ridiculous but also very enjoyable college campus slasher film.